Yep. Cloud Foundation Technical Oversight Committee for 31st of January 2023. I think we were expecting to hear from Marcela. I've not had message to say she's not going to be able to make it, unless I got the date wrong when I invited. We just checked that. Nope, I didn't. So I think, oh, nope, there we go. Welcome, Marcela. We were just looking for you.
Okay, great. Just in time then.
Just in time, yeah. Yeah, so agenda today, hear from an update from the Service Management Working Group. Any PRs, any other business. As always, any PRs you know of that I haven't found, because I found none today, bung them in the agenda, and we'll get to them. Over to you, Marcela.
Okay. The update then. So I think not much happened since the last update. On the cloud service broker side, we continue working on trying to get contributions. So we have been writing tutorials. We are now doing some tests with those tutorials, like we have an internal to see if it's good. We're trying to make it easier. We're having, like, most of the time, the problems that we have is either explaining how to test the contributions, and the other also thing that is a bit difficult for us is that people who use the broker don't want to actually go into writing code in Go, for example, or things like that. So trying to make it like easy to get them started in some ways. The moment what we are focusing is in people writing broker packs, which would be things that they can plug in into the broker to connect, create services in different kinds of services in the ISS, right? So we, for example, we have broker packs for AWS, GCP, Azure, and there are some contributors that have, not contributors, some people that have created their own broker packs proprietary for other services, but not much coming our way. So that's mostly what we are at, and improving the offerings that we have that are all open source. And then the ServiceFabrik is on their side. They are still working on updating dependencies, that they have very old dependencies, and they are trying to also make the ServiceFabrik broker run with Jammy stem cells. They are having some problems because of one of the versions, or the version of MongoDB they use is not compatible. Looking for alternatives. And I think I already gave this update that they had done back in October, a talk in the CF monthly CAP meeting about the Interoperator, which is pretty interesting. And then nothing's going on in volume services or the OSBAPI. Same as before, OSBAPI, there's literally no one now, but there's also no request for anything. Just on the OSBAPI, I need to take a bit of time to take a look at the contribution guidelines and all that to make sure that they reflect what we have today, which it would be almost no bandwidth. We have still one approver around that doesn't have much time to dedicate to it, but it would be okay to take a look at contributions, but we need to make sure that the guidelines reflect that as well. And so we ask PRs and other things to be as streamlined as possible, right? Apart from that, nothing else. We were hit by the GitHub Actions things yesterday, but it seems to be a non-issue. Like we have all our repositories as public, so we shouldn't hit that error ever again, hopefully.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Is there anything that you need support from the TOC on?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Any questions from anyone? No? Okay, brilliant. Sorry.
One question regarding the tutorials to how to develop a broker. Is there concrete feedback that someone or that community would like to have better tutorials on here?
Yeah, so the only feedback we get is like, oh, this is too difficult, won't do it.
Okay.
At this point, we are just like, it's easier to get people from inside the, but we're mostly, the team is, we don't have approvers or contributors from outside VMware at the moment. Like just, we received very few contributions in the past from people from the community, very straightforward and contributions. So now at the moment we are testing the tutorials with that people, and the next step is just see if at any of the feature requests that we get or issues that we get that we respond to, you can contribute back, maybe try to give them a bit more attention and see if we can get them to do the tutorials or give them a little bit more support to get that started.
And those are tutorials in the Cloud Foundry org page? Or...
Yeah, they're in the repository, in the docs, in the GitHub repo.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more? No? Okay. Thank you very much. We'll move on to reviewing PRs. I did originally have the GitHub Actions thing on the agenda, but I took it out because it sounds like that was just a bug with GitHub and it's not going to affect us again by the sounds of it. And it doesn't sound like it was a continuation of the last time they were affected by it. Is that my understanding right? Sounds like it is.
Yeah, basically, it was pretty confusing when it happened. Just lots of teams were pinging, saying that all their actions were failing. So I thought we had hit some limit or something, but I pinged GitHub support on Friday. They got back to me Monday saying like, oh, it's just a mistake on their end and shouldn't happen again. So
perfect.
No worries.
Okay. On to PRs then. 519 to begin with. Do we need to make the quick change that Eric requested on this? Or is that a no from our working group leads here?
Sorry, what was the PR number?
519.
It's 509.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Eric says, put it there for you.
I just suggested that I think we removed Palermo from the stem cell area, and thought we should remove him from the Bosch area as well because he'll have access to all the areas as a lead.
Oh, we'll leave that with you. Maybe we can come back to that at the end if you're doing it in real time.
Yes.
On 520. I don't see a problem. Is this a TOC thing, making the repository private? I guess it affects the visible.
Yeah,
If you need
I mean,
to
it's
create a
not,
new one,
not really an ownership change because the working group's still going to own it, but it does affect the visibility. And I think I was looking at the repo itself. I think that they just consolidated it into the main Bosch release repo for the app autoscaler, and so it's archived just because it's redundant. So there's probably not a lot of value in having it in public anyway, because people could just find the CI. If there's anything relevant for CI, then they can look in the main Bosch release.
Yeah. Okay. Should we just merge this and get it out of the way with things? It doesn't, if it's already archived, no harm in making it private by the sounds of it. So
yeah,
I'll approve this for the time being.
Okay, it's not used in any working group anymore, right? Or reference.
Oh, that's true. If it's archived, then yeah,
should not be. And then it's fine. Yeah, then it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had this discussion about private repos if they are part of a working group, but that's a different case.
Right. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. That's majority approved, 3 out of 5. Merging that 4 out of 5. Right. 5, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Add a new repo.
This morning I missed the working group lead approvals, but now they are there, which happen to be the same.
Does it need
fine.
the working groups leads to approve this, or is it just happy for us to?
I think so. Yeah, if a repo is added to a working group, I mean, it's first of all a working group topic, right, and secondary a TOC topic.
Okay, well, we've got everyone there. So let's pull the trigger.
Looks good.
Right, 5, 2, 1 done. Circle back to 519. Do you want to just resolve your change request out?
Yep. Looks good. Let me prove.
For this one, I really like the using the dashboard. It's unfortunate that you cannot link to it because the links are too long, but it actually has all the information that you need to provide the proof.
It's handy. Right, that's majority approved and merge.
If the profile is set up correctly.
Any other PRs we need to look at?
Just a second. I think there was also. Um, 515.
515.
So we miss one approval here from you. We would like to rename a repository owned by working group. That's why we need a new repo.
Okay. The wrong way. Press the wrong button there. Okay, and that's everybody. Also majority approval and merge. And that was 515, was it? Yeah. Tick that off. Any others?
I have one topic on the branch protection if we for any other topics. It's not yet completely done, but I added now the generation of this branch protection YAML from the working groups. So this implementation is done. The only thing where I wanted to ask about opinions is where to integrate it best into the GitHub action. My proposal would be to integrate it in the existing org management action, just as a step after the creation of the repositories. Disadvantage is that this one gets longer, slower, may go to the limit of the runtime of 6 hours again. But on the other hand, if you have two separate jobs, then they might fight against each other. The repos are not yet there, but the branch protection. So I would start with this integrating it into the existing GitHub action if nobody has any concerns. Then I think for the next time I would have the PR then ready. You can read it already. So also the, let's say, caveats, etc., are already in the README mentioned. There are a few, but we can also talk in detail about it next time. If we merge it, nothing would happen because it's this opt-in thingy that Ruben proposed. That's a good idea. And once it is, let's say, working as a dry run, then I could probably convince the application runtime deployments working group to try it out, and then we can announce it once it is working. Okay, then I would prepare it, and then maybe next time we can spend a few minutes and I can talk a little bit about what exists and what are the, let's say, not so nice things.
I've added it to the topics for next week, just so we don't forget it. Okay. Any other business? Nope. Cool. Well, let us wrap up then. Nice and quick one today. All right, folks. We'll see you
everyone.
next week.
See you.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.